So, there's a pandemic outside and you're most likely isolated by yourself or with your family, but you're definitely bored if you clicked on this video. Well, good news. I put together a few things that I think will probably help you be less bored and fight your loneliness. Well, I'm just gonna go wash my hands before I eat this lovely banana. Oh, I'm still here. So, I know you're now watching this and saying, man, the situation in the world is pretty but being isolated is not that bad, to be honest. As the only introvert in the room that likes being lonely and ignoring social media and phone calls from friends that are asking me to go out with them, I don't find it fun to be completely isolated from the outside world. Isolated to an extent when your house becomes your prison cell. Side note, I would strongly recommend you stay online 24 hours so you are available to your friends and family and speak with them at all times possible. But here is the problem. You can't do that 24 hours, do you? So my question is, what can we do in our spare time? So there are really two types of things to do while being bored or lonely. Number one would be random activities, and this includes things like counting rice grains and compare which packet has more of them. I know you had that in mind, or I just gave you a brilliant idea how to spend your next 2 hours. Well, you could do a movie marathon, you could do a YouTube triathlon, or you are probably watching TikTok memes while counting the rice. And there are many more activities, you are doing them random during the day, but most of them involve the couch, your computer, your cell phone. You are just procrastinating all day. Or the second one is self-development activities, which I prefer, to be honest, and believe it or not, it could be extremely fun as well. For example, the one I did recently was following Einstein's routine for a week, and I found it both fun and helpful.
Subscribe and activate the jingle bells to see the next video first.
Okay, so why choosing the second one over the first one? Well, it's pretty easy, to be honest. The second one could be planned. And when you're planning your day, week or month, you make yourself busy intentionally. And while being busy, you tend to forget being lonely or being bored. In fact, this is how Agafia Karpovna Lukova, this lady over here, managed to survive by herself over 70 years in the Russian taiga. I would link the video in the description so you can go watch it. Of course, after you watch this video. So now, there's a few things I would recommend you do. So the first thing is to create a daily routine sheet and try to identify your primary tasks. Things like cooking, cleaning, exercising, and so on and so on. There's many of them that you need to do during the day. You could also identify things you want or you always wanted to do and calculate an estimated time it will take you a day to master them, and you could implement them in your daily schedule as well. This could be literally anything. Pick up an old book you always wanted to read, a new skill you wanted to learn for so long, to your dieting plan, and so many more things. I was just thinking, this is also a perfect time to get your finances sorted out. You could go and learn new things about money, where, how to invest it, how to save it. You could do your budget for a year, or you could just go and spend 2 hours scrolling on your bank statement, or start a finance diary like I did and track everything by yourself every time you spend something. It's completely boring, but you could learn something from it. Well, you could also make friends. How do you make friends while isolated? Well, glad you asked.
This is my friend Sam. He's a funny little fella. We met 3 weeks ago and since then we've been very good friends.
And this is Tommy. He's a grumpy little lad. And you know what? He's always counting his toilet papers. All jokes aside, I actually started to grow an avocado tree. It's very hard to look after, but I enjoy it so far. I think the fifth one is, well, you could start working on your old or new business ideas that you always had in mind, but never had time to start. Well, this could be anything: an online shop, a YouTube channel, a blog, a fashion brand, a hand sanitizing gel mini factory. What? Last but not least, if you are just a little bit into writing, I would strongly recommend you starting a daily diary, because I think this is one of the most powerful ways to fight loneliness. I actually started a diary a few weeks back while filming a video inspired by Samuel Pepys. Well, for those of you who don't know who Samuel Pepys was, he was an administrator of the English Navy and a parliament member in 1600s who kept his diary for almost a decade, which is... And also check out the link in the description to download the list of 1001 things to do while isolated. No, I'm joking, there's not such a thing. Actually, there's many more things to do while isolated. I just picked up a few. But what I wanted to say is we live in such an amazing times actually. Your friends and family and your work, everything is one click away. One click and you're learning something new, or one click and you're speaking with your friends and family. One click and you're still watching TikTok memes while counting the rice. But actually I hope I managed to make you smile and made your day just a little bit brighter with this video. Actually, this was the purpose. It was not the tips and tricks and DIYs and counting rice. The purpose was to just make you smile. But in the era we live, as lonely as you may feel, there's always ways to learn something new or to make friends. Even without the internet, just look at the Italians. Hi mom, dad, sister, they live in Italy by the way. Love Italy. To wrap this up, I would like to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who spent sleepless nights in the hospitals, for the ones who are working hard now in the laboratories, for everyone who volunteered, and for everyone who took drastic measures against this pandemic. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, just give it a like. It helps my channel a lot. Subscribe and become a part of my family. And if you would like to see this face more often, just go follow me on Instagram. Bye. Love ya. Stay safe. And wash your hands. And stay at home. And do wash your hands. Bye.